What's up, guys? Welcome to MDTV Canes all day. If you're rocking with you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. Today, I want to react to Mario Cristobal's weekly press conference. Now, normally I react to the Joe Rose show, but I don't think they put one out with Mario today, so I wanted to react to this one. I have not watched it, and I really want to see how the reporters really ask him about this win, what his message to the team was, and I want to see if he's going to talk about the celebration that the team had, because he was celebrating, the team was celebrating, we were dapping up recruits, so I want to hear him speak about all that. Let's take a look at that. I also want to let people know, let the Cane Gang members know, if you are a member of the channel, make sure you check out the video that I posted yesterday, breaking down, reacting, and looking at all the highlights of the Miami-Florida game. With that said, let's dive into this bad boy.
Proud of our team, really proud of our players and coaches. I mean, they deserve all the credit. Certainly a total team win, man. Total team win from top to bottom. Really appreciate our fans. They showed up strong. That's why we took some time after the game to go over and thank them and greet them. But their energy was real. Our guys felt it, and they stayed there the entire time, so it was good to see them after.
And see, I like that about Mario Cristobal. I like that after a win like that, he went to celebrate with the fans. And he talked about it after the game. You know, me being a fan, you being a fan, even though we have been disappointed season after season, people are still showing up. People are still investing into the program. People still have hope. And I thought it was great to watch the game and see how many Miami Hurricane fans actually showed up. And I wonder how many would have showed up if they hadn't had a cutoff on the ticket sales. Shout out to the fans, man.
But, you know, as it relates to the game, I mean, I think it's important to note that this game was won in January through spring practice, again in the summer workouts, again in spring practice, summer workouts, fall camp, and then game week. I think our guys, their practice and preparation became game reality. Did all the things necessary to start the season the right way against a very talented team. I think culture showed up strong in a couple different ways. I mean, we responded very well to any kind of adversity. I mean, we turned the ball over deep in our territory, and our defense goes out there and holds them to a touchdown, or to a field goal. But then they score a touchdown on a busted play, and our offense comes right out, scores a touchdown, ends the half, and then comes out in the second half and scores.
Now, I was very confident going into this game. I was very confident about playing the Florida Gators. But during that game, y'all got to let me know in the comments if y'all felt the same way. You get the Cam Ward interception, and you say, oh, here we go again. You know, we look like we're going to dominate this game, and then all of a sudden, Cam Ward throws the interception. But the defense comes out and hold them to 3, and I say, all right, defense. Then Jordan Lyle can't get 1 extra yard. We have to punt the ball. The next play, a 71-yard run. The fans is going crazy. The screen is shaking. The swamp is back alive. And I'm like, they are back in this game. Here we go again. And I'm like, if we don't get a first down, they're going to have the momentum. But the offense, Cam Ward, Shannon Dawson, Mario Cristobal, and the team, they went down there and scored. I love that we blew these boys out, but I like the responses in critical situations. That's what I really like.
Scores another touchdown. So tremendous response. Really proud of the fact that we had 0 pre-snap penalties and 0 post-snap penalties. I think that's also a strong sign of culture developing and getting better, discipline improving and getting better.
Now, all week, did you hear about the swamp? All week, did you hear about the swamp? Because here's what I heard about the game. The swamp is going to affect Cam Ward. The offensive line is going to be too loud for them to be on one page. Miami is an undisciplined team, and when they get in the swamp, the pressure's gonna get to them. They're gonna be doing penalties and stuff like that. These are things that I heard throughout the week, and it's things last year that we have seen. We didn't see that. No penalties, no false starts, no procedural penalties, and that's pretty amazing. And that's something that I didn't mention in my reaction. That's pretty amazing.
I mean, handling the environment the way our guys did made the noise a non-factor, and also showed a lot of self-control and moments where usually we haven't in the past. So a lot of growth and development there, and then also thinking physicality and effort and toughness. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't affect our quarterback as much as we affected theirs. We had several yards after contact, some of those muddy, bloody yards that you get, going through arm tackles. So I think we handled and controlled the line of scrimmage well against a really physical and big front. And again, affecting the QB and keeping ours clean was a big factor in the game. We made some big plays. We also, we dropped a couple touchdown passes that could have helped us also in the game. We made some mental mistakes, and special teams wasn't up to par, so a lot of things to clean up. But all in all, a strong performance. Hard work went into that. A lot of, name it, talent acquisition, player development, personnel use went into that. So good start to the season, and then moving on.
Great start to the season, and we're moving on. Yeah, I thought Sam Brown Jr. could have had 2 touchdowns. One on the Xavier Restrepo pass, and then one where he caught the ball. And to me, it seems like I thought he was just going to run old boy over, but he didn't. I thought there was 2 touchdowns, and I forgot that throughout all the excitement, Andy Borregales missed the field goal. And listen, we love the Borregales, but we need you to make those kicks. We need you to make those kicks. So we're going to look at that. Ray did a great job, I thought, fielding the punt. And Chris Johnson, man, it's tough to be Chris Johnson. You know how fast you are. They kick the ball in the end zone, and he doesn't take it out. He listens to the guy in front of him say no, he doesn't take it out. I'm thinking this is a freshman who wants to make his mark, who wants to get in the game. What if he takes this out of the end zone? But he doesn't do that. He does what he's supposed to. He did his job. Good job on that, Chris. In the special teams. But I agree with Mario. We were good, but there was things that we were going to have to improve.
So, questions, please.
Coach, I asked you about Cam McCormick. Obviously, all he's been through, and for him to be able to start the season off with a touchdown for you guys. How special was that, and were you able to share a moment with him?
I don't think anybody expected that, right? I mean, that was the winning ticket in Las Vegas for somebody, that Cam was going to score the first touchdown for the Miami Hurricanes this year. You know what he's been through. Maybe one day it'd be good if you take some time and do maybe you have a story on what he's actually been through physically and some of the surgical procedures he has had to be able to be where he's at. He's 100% healthy. I mean, like, better than ever. But to get here, he's been through a lot. So a completely unselfish, hardworking, real deal human being who shows up every day and brings it. So awesome to, at his age, getting hit over and toppling over backwards. I was a little worried about him, but no, the guy is awesome, and glad he started off the season that way.
All the kids matter to him.
Mario got jokes. 6 or whatever,
but just because of the relationship you've had and the length of that relationship with him, how rewarding is it for you to see him just still, first of all, not just producing and performing and contributing, just being happy out there.
I don't smile often. It brings a smile to your face. I mean, how would imagine your own son going through all that stuff like he did. So, but again, to go through it and complain as opposed to go through it and do what he does, bring it every single day and make people around him better. That guy's going to be successful in everything he does in life. I think he'll be a great NFL player as well. He's just got the super bright future and is a great mentor, an absolute awesome mentor to young players.
The idea of
I couldn't hear what that guy asked, but I think it was about Cam McCormick. And listen, my respect for college players and NFL players went through the roof when I tore my Achilles. And I had never had a really major injury. I played sports my whole life, broke my wrist one time, but I tore my Achilles. And the mental game that plays on your mind when you're in a boot, when you're recovering, will I be able to run fast? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to heal? So to think about all the surgeries that Cam McCormick has been through, and for him to show up every day with that attitude, for him to trust Mario Cristobal, come to Miami, and come back this season. Because look, Elijah Lofton, Elijah Arroyo, Riley Williams, we got some men in that room. We got some playmakers. So for him to come back and be the first one to catch a touchdown, awesome moment. And I think that right there says a lot about Mario's connection with some of the players, right? That's going to pay off when somebody else's parent is thinking about how does Mario treat these kids. Well, you have a kid who, in Cam McCormick, who's been through a lot, been through injuries, could have blamed Mario, could have blamed the staff, could have blamed this or that, but he trusts Mario. He came to a different school with Mario, came back this year to play under Mario, and him getting a touchdown, and Mario said, hey, look, I don't smile a lot, but it was good to see him make that touchdown.
Of handling success, how does a program do that? How do you keep a program on edge?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, you stay mad. You should be very driven and hungry, and you should be pissed. You should be mad. It's not our best football, and no offense to media, but I'm sure the media had one article written in our favor and had another article ready to hit send and bash Miami and our people and our players. So they don't. They're so, I would say, focused on winning. They're so about just having enough of years of Miami not reaching its supposed potential that it's not hard to point out the things that have caused issues in the past in Miami and to bring to light the things that must be done to avoid any setbacks. So handling success is going to be as simple as realizing the truth. We're nowhere near as good as we could be. We left a lot of plays out on the table on Saturday. We're super excited about the progress that has been made and some things that were done, but we've had enough experiences going the other way, knowing that this is the best time to be our best.
Mark?
Facts. And even me, after we beat down the Gators, we say, are we celebrating too much? Are we too happy? And the thing about it is they work so hard for this moment. Let them celebrate. But this team has been preaching the same message. Put in the work. It's about the you. Put in the work. It's about the you. And against Florida, yeah, we were winning and everything goes good. And I want to see how everybody acts when we get through adversity. But this team really seemed to back each other up. You had players on the sideline never stop cheering. You had players rooting each other on. You got your starting quarterback who played a hell of a game, giving a shout out to the O-line and talking about the defense. And it really seems like from the interviews that I watch, and I watch every interview, that everybody's on the same accord, that it's not about us, it's about the you. It's not about any individual player. And, how do they continue this success? Well, you go 1 week at a time and you keep getting better, because in college football, anybody can slip up. But if you keep doing what Mario has preached from the beginning, show up and put in the work, then good things are going to happen.
Mario, the last time you were there as head coach of FIU, obviously it was a different set of circumstances. How did it feel to return to Florida, your alma mater, and be able to win as decisively as you did? Because this was an excellent football game. I understand when you have to bring a team like FIU, they're trying to build their athletic department. This was unbelievable, what we saw Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it points to the importance of personnel in college football. I mean, you're right. Someone brought that up the other day. You must have talked to a friend of mine. We went up there in, was it 09 or something like that? And it's Tim Tebow at quarterback, and it's I remember because I think Aaron Hernandez had a touchdown. He punted the ball to the crowd, and we're trying to get the ball to T.Y. Hilton, and you got guys intercepting the ball with one hand, running it back for a touchdown. And I remember their coach actually telling me just stick to the plan. Hard work, good people, putting effort works out. So to be able to go back and play because they have a really talented team. They have a lot of talent. I mean, they I think almost 20 Senior Bowl invite candidates on their team. Very big, long, athletic guys, and they have the environment in their favor. So to go up there with our guys, and we feel that our roster has certainly become a lot more talented and has worked really hard and prepared well. To go up there and be able to have that type of success and a result is really, it's rewarding and encouraging more than anything. It whets your appetite for better things to come in the future.
Two of the coordinators being back.
I didn't know that Mario played Florida with FIU. I'm gonna go back and look at that game.
What did you see, just in terms of the job they did and the continuity? Because, like you said, it was a clean game in game one, despite a bunch of new players.
Yeah.
Just the job they did, having the guys ready to go.
We're a little bit messy. I mean, we had some substitution errors that we got to clean up. But back to the main point that you mentioned, as big as you can possibly get, having continuity at the coordinator spots, especially when both made such big jumps in year one. Because year one, yeah, of course, you evolve throughout the course of the year and you grow and develop some as a system and as a staff. But when you have an entire off season and you enhance personnel and those guys get to go to work and really evolve their systems and grow and learn and travel around the country and network and study opponents, that's a massive difference to have year two coordinators in place, especially of the caliber of both Lance Guidry and Shannon Dawson. Those guys are elite human beings and elite play callers and coordinators. So very blessed to have both of them, and they did a great job.
I like our coordinators. I hope we keep them. Let's keep them for another year. I got a feeling if the defense keep playing like they're playing, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it's going to be some teams looking after Coach G.
There's a video that's circulating. Gentleman in Alabama had the term record. Do you address what's coming? I mean, we
Absolutely.
want to beat Florida, and oh my gosh, you're unbelievable now. And do you have to tell this team?
Absolutely. And you go right at it. You don't sugarcoat it. The best part about this team, you can look them right in the eye and give it to them, like right between the teeth, man. No holding back. And they appreciate that. I mean, what better in this world and what is a bigger sign, or what can be a bigger sign of respect than confronting and telling someone the truth, right? And giving them an opportunity to see things for what they are, and then, providing a path, some clarity on what it needs to look like to be successful. These guys get it, they're very, very driven. They understand that the most important thing that we're doing right now is finishing up treatment, and finishing up tutoring and whatnot, and having a great practice tomorrow, and if for us, that's where we're staying along that. And throughout the game, it was that also, Tim. It was making sure we're just the next play, just keep playing. Turnover, just keep playing. Up by 7, just keep playing. Up by 21, just keep playing. If we do that, we'll keep getting better and better.
Coach,
There's a video of you in crushing the Gator Chomp and also the fans, shouting your name. Obviously, you said that it's about the program itself, but how special is it to have a moment like that with the fans and with the community that supports you and supports this football program?
I don't remember much of any of that stuff. I'm happy for our fans. I think, Miami has gotten off to a good start this season. We're 1-0, and Miami has been through a lot over the course of 20 years. And it's the major reason why, when I was granted the blessing of the opportunity, was the number one, and there wasn't really a second reason of why choosing to come to Miami. That was always the most important thing. I think cameras are a little bit too intrusive. I think the football world has been deprived of, moments where you have to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a camera in a locker room. There's this. It's like, man, come on, get out. Like, this is not you. I'm just saying in general. It's, we do a lot. We sacrifice a lot. We work to a level of, physicality and effort that most people can't fathom. And sometimes, media gets in there and makes more of things than what it is. But I hope what was captured was the utter just gratitude and emotion of our players and our fans being together in a setting like that, because, they had enough. They had read enough of, hey, Miami has no chance. It's a tough place on the road. You're playing against the SEC, and we respect every bit and all of that. But, they went there on a mission to handle business, and they did.
Mario, Xavier.
So I want to talk about that a little bit. First of all, I like how stoic and focused Mario is at press conferences, because when we win a big game and he's throwing the little knee down and they're chanting Mario and he's chanting with the crowd, we know that this man is very excited, right? This ain't just we know he's really excited to win the game and for the program. Like, yeah, I guess it would be cool if the coach was like, we got to act like we've been there. But to me, it's fun to know that he really cares about this university. I mean, we know, played here, grew up here, homegrown. We know he does, but it's great to see how he acted afterwards. Now, I am a content creator, so I'm always looking for every clip I can to talk about it with you guys, and I'm like, feed me more, but I do agree with them. As a football player, as a former football player, not at the D1 collegiate level where they're sacrificing a lot, where they really are a lot of time, some of the best moments in sports is in the locker room with just the team and the coaches. The freestyles, the joning on each other, the fights that may happen, the random songs and sings in the winning games. And what Mario is talking about is there is a video that went out of Mario's talking to the team after the game. Now, he's talking to the team, and there's some choice words being used. And let's just say 1 minute the video's there, the next minute everybody started wiping that video. I'm guessing Mario told him, get that video out of here. So on one hand, I do think, these players, they put in a lot of work. They do their media. I think after the game, although I would love to see what they're saying, some of the best moments I know that they would have is if they could just, talk bad about the Florida Gators or say what they mean or celebrate how they want to without somebody capturing it and it being misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Because, in one clip, 10-second clip can be thrown out of the pocket, can be thrown out of proportion, and you got a whole news story. So that's what I think about Mario talking about that.
Trevor was climbing up on the career list for both reception and receiving yards in UM history. Just now you're in year 3 of them, just the strides that you've seen him make both on the field and what he means in the locker room as well.
He was always really, really good. Right now, he's really gone to a different level as a leader, as a human being, as a teammate. He's doing things in practice that are just completely unselfish, go out of your way to help someone else be better, to impact someone in a positive way. With all those incredible catches and routes and moves that he made on Saturday, one of his best plays was him when, we had that speed play to Arroyo, when him and Jacoby, it's kind of funny, the little guy's blocking for the big guy. Should be the other way around. But the way he ran out there and threw his body around to create an extra 10, 12 yards for his teammate. I cannot say enough great things about, X. And there's another guy, you watch him, I guess you guys don't see practice, but the way he practices is the way he approaches everything he does in his life. He's got no governor. He's full speed. He's fixing to have an incredible year.
Very happy for X, man. Very happy. I mean, to have that type of game, to go from people saying you only get the passes because Tyler is your roommate, to breaking records, to some fans, not all, being unhappy that he came back. Like, oh man, we want to see this receiver, that receiver. I was happy to see him go out there in a big game and show out, especially because in a Florida State game, he didn't have a big game and people wondered what happened in that game. And me and you, we know the circumstances of that game last year, but to get the notion of he doesn't show up in the big game and the rivalry games, for him to have that game was amazing, and he hurt a player. Xavier Restrepo put a route on a man so bad that he hurt him. The man pulled the hammy. It was crazy.
You mentioned that way the tight end production across the board on Saturdays.
Well, we want to do it last year, man. It's kind of to the question you had mentioned about coordinators in year one and putting it all together. It's kind of a, how would you say, as all these things come together. I mean, we have a strong tight end background here at Miami and the place that we had been in before, and Coach Dawson has had just a really strong background in just about everything. And when all that comes together, and he's a coordinator and play caller, and he put some unbelievable plans together with the rest of the staff. It was highlighted, right after the season. It's like, hey, we have really good players. They have to be involved. They're going to help us win games. They do present, mismatch issues for opponents, and I think that was on display on Saturday. And the best is yet to come for those guys. Those guys are awesome to be around.
In the same vein, like you mentioned about Cam, I think he missed a lot of time with injuries. Elijah Arroyo missed the better part of 2 years with injuries. To have him have such a big game, in his first game fully healthy again, just what did that mean to him and to the guys around him?
If all those that have watched him practice knew that it was going to happen for him. He is that talented. He is that hard of a worker, and as from a performance standpoint, he's done it day in and day out. I mean, he's kind of a freakazoid in terms of his specs, his speed, his explosiveness, his power, and he's become a really, really good blocker as well at the line of scrimmage and on the perimeter. So he's a really good weapon, and you saw how he got moved around a bunch of different spots. We're going to continue to do that.
Arroyo, I wanted to see if the hype was real, and boy, it was. I mean, this guy looked like Coach Mario said, a freak out there, and I agree with them. Shout out to Coach Dawson for putting him in different positions so teams won't be able to cue in on him because he's at tight end, he's at H-back, and he did both. There was a couple plays where I saw him setting the edge and blocking, and then we saw the times where he's able to make a catch. And when this man is out there, he's just so taller than everybody, but he's also running with everybody. I hope he stays healthy throughout the season.
After the game, you said, how you're going to see this team handle the first win of Success. What are you guys preparing for with FAMU, the home opener? Also players saying, pack the rock, getting everybody out there for FAMU.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing was making sure we took care of business in practice today. Everybody early. I mean, the first thing you want to look for is anyone not going to get here early, because for us, early's on time. Is anyone not going to be taped? Is anyone not going to be wearing the right gear? Because that's always a sign, right, of just having just an arrogance for not doing things the right way.
Oh, I like that. Coach says, look, y'all just beat Florida. We got FAMU. I'll see y'all at 7 o'clock. I want to see who's going to show up at 6:45. I want to see who's going to be here early. I want to see who's not going to be taped, who's not going to have them cleats laced up. I like that. Coach letting them know, too. I'm looking. Because if you on time, you're late. I like that.
And that's not the case with this group. This group was here early, ready to work, and they got after it and had a great practice. And they're excited to come back home and play at home. We want to make Hard Rock an intimidating place to play. We want to make Hard Rock a true home field advantage. We want to make our families, our community, our fan base, we want to make everybody proud, and these guys feel equipped, they feel prepared and ready to do so, and they know that they're playing against a team that's, coming off an awesome season. I believe they have 13 straight wins, defending HBCU national champions, more than a handful of players that have been invited or going to be invited to the Senior Bowl. Defensively, last year they were top 10 in every single category, just about. Offensively, they present a lot of problems. Spread offense, a quarterback with a ton of experience, has played all over the place. Lots of players from South Florida on the team as well. They have a really good football team. And of course, James Coles, he's a guy I have a tremendous amount of respect for, local guy, their head coach now. I know he's not only a first-class coach, he's a first-class human being, and he's going to have his team prepared to play, and we will be prepared to play as well.
Say about Ruben Bay.
Now, I hate this notion that, hey, you're playing FAMU, you're going to win, there's nothing we can learn. Shit. There's a lot we can learn from the FAMU week, right? There, because it's a difference from giving 100% against Florida and then seeing players get away with 70%. Because, look, and during FAMU, we have some players that 70% effort will be the best that FAMU will see. But you want to see the players who wants to give 100% against Georgia, 100% at practice, 100% against FAMU, 100% at any team that lines that shit up.
Hey, how's he doing?
Obviously, everyone could see he has soft tissue injury. It's going to be a couple of weeks. That's, I'll know more as these tests go on throughout the course of the day and the week, but he will not be playing this game. I can tell you that. The rest of the info regarding that, I don't know if I can honestly say that I'll be transparent about it completely, but I'll do my best.
Listen, hey, Mario's come a long way, because year one he would have said we're evaluating him. He's straight up telling us Ruben Bain isn't going to play this week. He's healing up, and we'll see how long this takes. Hopefully, all indications. I put out a video saying that Ruben Bain said he's okay. People around the program have said this is a minor injury, and now Mario Cristobal goes and says that Ruben Bain will be out against FAMU, and it's a soft tissue injury. I hope it's nothing that lingers on. Let's see how this plays out.
Mario, do you foresee your backup quarterbacks in the next game or two getting a little bit of playing time, in the event that the situation presents itself?
We're trying to get everybody meaningful snaps. We like it so that if you play, it's earned. I think that's really important. I think sometimes people start talking about like playing somebody else. We got to play our first team guys and go win this football game. I think anything other than any statement uttered besides that, any thought other than that, I think is a complete disrespect to football and opponents.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I think we're playing a really good football team. We play one every single week. The guys that are capable of playing and have earned playing time will play when their time comes, but our plan is to put our best 11 on the field every single time we get a chance.
And I know a lot of people's going to say, oh, that's just coach talk. But I've seen this program lose to teams that they shouldn't lose. If I had my money, would I put it on Miami to blow out FAMU? Yes. But if this team, we've watched college football. If you don't come ready to play, the football will humble you. Will humble you. So if we start to get in the mindset we're going to get Reef Poffenbarger 20 throws. We're going to get Emery some throws. Let's just go out there and handle business. Play our first guys. And if we get up, we'll put the backups in. Do I think we're going to get up and put backups in? Yes. But if a player or a coach on your staff is muttering that, then, that would make me perk up. Like, hey, respect the game, or the game will humble you.
Sorry, after getting a chance to evaluate the film and everything, just what were your thoughts on the offensive line? It seemed like Cam had half an hour to throw in some place.
Yeah, well, he had a lot of time to throw. The offensive line played an awesome game. They really did. They were physical. They found a way to. I thought the play that was the best indicator of the type of day it was that last pass to Elijah Lofton when he was all tied up, and then you saw 5 giant humanoids sprinting into that pile and just pushing another 6, 7, 8 yards. Those guys have a lot of fun playing together. They're really tight. They have great culture. They were physical. They were physical in the running game as well. And it was going to be a muddy, bloody yard game because of loaded boxes, stacked boxes, odd.
And the thing about that play he's talking about with Elijah Lofton, the game was over. We had already blown them out. Didn't need the extra yards, but the offense kept pushing, kept being physical, and pushed for extra yards. The whole damn team came.
Tight, bare fronts, right? And they just kept coming and coming and coming, and they provided him with a lot of time. We gave up a sack at the end. There was kind of a covered sack, and Cam stepped up. So, but aside from that, yeah, we felt we did a really good job.
Speaking of the younger guys, 2 standouts from South Florida contribute on both sides of the ball. Jordan Lau, OJ Frederick. Just talk about them, what they've done to earn that playing time. Just How special is it to see South Florida guys making an impact early?
Yeah, you're talking about OJ and Jordan Love. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, those guys, you saw no flinch in them whatsoever, right? I don't know when's the last time a true freshman started in a game of this caliber at either position, but OJ did get the nod. Went out there and he did an unbelievable job. Sky's the limit for him. He's long, he's fast, he's strong, he's smart, he's physical, he is relentless. And Jordan Lyle is the exact same thing. You saw that one play where he gets wrapped up and spins out and comes out with balance and gets another couple yards. Two really talented guys that have been raised the right way. I mean, you want to talk about mentality and what you look for in recruiting, you draw them up just like those two guys right there. Strong-minded, hard-working, relentless guys that have zero flinch in them whatsoever. They went in there, it was like, okay. And they played obviously for a great coach and a great program, and like a bunch of our guys here in South Florida, they do a great job with their players, and certainly they have a lot of pride when they take the field wearing that U.
So I think that's so dope that OJ got the start, and I just couldn't help but to notice this during the game. I don't want to keep bringing up Cormani McClain, but he is a topic when it comes to the Florida Gators. Now, he was committed to us, could have stayed with us, and who knows if he would have put in the work, been under our watch, maybe he would have been starting against Florida, because the coaches are showing you Damari starting. He was a 4-star in Cormani class, and then OJ starting as a true freshman. I believe he was a 3-star. And you, Cormani, was a 5-star, known as a generational talent. If you would have came here, who knows what the different roles that the sit would have been. Maybe you're the one starting and winning at Miami instead of being at Florida and, not even getting to play. That was one storyline of the game, you know what I'm saying? And two, that tells me that when this team says you can earn your spot, they're telling the truth. He started Inez Cooper, a 3-star. He started OJ, and I know the position coaches have a lot to determine who's going to start as well, but it's letting every recruit know that, hey, he's not just talking. If you put in the work and they trust you, you're going to get playing time.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, let me know what you thought about the press conference. Let me know what you agreed or disagreed with some of the things that I said. I appreciate you guys. I'm out. Peace.